Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello, I'm Prashant and I'll be presenting the work I have done on the course project. So this is the cart that I've selected and our objective is to redesign this hand cart using composite materials to reduce weight. So I've set some additional targets to make the product more marketable and practical for a common person. Then I went on to design details and I saw that the original cart is made up of a frame like this and uh, there's a base plate on this frame. So what I've decided is I wanted to use glass fiber sandwich panels to make both the frame and base plate. The advantage due to this is that composite panels like this have high stiffness for lower weight due to light core. So depending on my height, I've set the ground clearance from the ground to the top of the cart as 80 centimeter. These are the material properties I have decided, and right now I considered only properties in fiber direction for glass fiber, and the remaining two I have assumed as isotropic. Then my assumptions and loads are that the cart will be always horizontal, so the load that will be applied will be only in vertical direction. So I've assumed a maximum load on of 300 kg on the plate region, and wherever the cart is attached to the wheels, the 4 points will have zero displacement. This is the second boundary condition. And the third boundary condition would be the person pulling the cart. So he'll be applying some force to pull the cart and also to maintain the horizontal position as we specified in the previous boundary condition. Then I've prepared a small CAD to demonstrate my design. So this is how I wanted to make the design. Uh, some of the advantages of this kind of design are that we can make very large composite panels and we can water jet them and cut into several components and this can be easily assembled. So this reduces the manufacturing time and cost and this directly relates to our goals of mass manufacturability and cost effectiveness. Also, we can easily service parts if say if some of this beam is broken, we can just replace it. So it makes our product more serviceable and the weight reduction, as I've said, is very high for using uh, panels like this. And one biggest advantage is that we can just add more beams to make the product practical for heavier loads also. So this is the biggest advantage of my design. Thank you.
Okay. Good. So you finished just about 10 seconds below 3 minutes. Great. Good timing. So, and also your one comment I would like to make compared to, can you keep the slide on? So, yeah, I think overall, I think you have done you put a good picture of what you are planning to do. And I think it's good. Only your I mean, your boundary conditions and all, just a general suggestion. You are thinking about it right now, and also don't say that this is the work you have done. This is the work you are proposing to do.
Yeah.
So, so this is the project work you want to propose. I mean, this is what you plan. So, also to all of you, you can put down boundary conditions and all in this slide. That doesn't mean you are held to them because this is just a concept stage at this point. So, as you do further analysis, if you think you want to tweak it or you want to look at couple of different boundary conditions, you are welcome to do it. Don't feel that you are sort of constrained to only what you have done now. But ideally, you want to have a good reason on why you want to change it. Okay, and if you can give a good reason, then that will be actually a bonus also, because that means you have thought about something else. And similarly, materials and all, whatever choice you are making now, fine. But say going ahead, you might find that something is wrong, then you might have to change material. So that's okay. That's the whole thing about design. Design is it's a iterative process. So you start off. The better designer obviously makes less iterations, but there is nothing like a bad or a good. You know, I mean, if you are bad, if your experience is less, you will make more iterations. But ultimately, if your objective function is same and the constraint space is the same and your approach is the same, ideally you should arrive at similar results. You know, except that maybe iterations will be more. But that's, we don't really iterations at this point. So Good. You have put a clear picture of everything on what you're trying to do. Okay. So next one is Dharmanna Tarun. Are you there,
Yes, sir.
Dharmanna
Yeah,
Tarun?
yeah. Yes, sir, I'm there.
So can you share your slides?
Yes. Good
Tarun,
morning,
please
everyone.
start.
I am Tarun. So, my design objective is to design a hand-drawn cart uh, by replacing wood and other materials. And so, the aim will be to reduce the overall weight and reduce the risk of failure and to increase the maximum load which the cart can carry. So, the dimensions which I plan to take are 2.5 to 1.5 to 1. Because if I take any larger dimensions, the weight will increase, and if I take any lesser dimensions, so I'll be constrained on the maximum load which I can carry. And I am taking 4 wheels for the cart because making 2 wheels will it will need for me to supply more movement to balance the forces. So if I take 4 wheels, then the forces will be the movements, there won't be any movements. That's why I took 4 wheels, and the load which I think I can carry is around 1 to 1.5 tons. So it will even depend on the terrain. If the terrain is smooth, then the rolling friction will be less. So I can carry more weight. And I'm planning to use the slab. I'm planning on to use the glass fiber reinforced polymers because they are slightly stronger than the carbons, and they are slightly even heavier, but they are even cheaper than carbon fibers. And I will be using epoxy resins because they have they have more thermal resistance. And my assumptions are the load is equally distributed to all the components of the composite. And I have shown the schematic, and for the wheel size, I have taken it to be 0.8 because I want the total structure to come around 1 meter. So my hands will be in a very comfortable position to pull it. So the force doesn't get componented into x direction and y direction. So all the force can be applied in the horizontal direction. So I get the optimal pulling. So that's why I took the wheel to be around zero point 0.8 diameter. So what advantages I get through this design is it's easier to design and fabricate, and there are lesser chances of permanent deformation, and even the maintenance cost is lower. Like you won't have to pay, like you won't have to repair it every time. So there is more durability, and you have high strength to weight ratio, and you have good thermomechanical properties and good corrosion properties. And so I have even shown the boundary conditions for which I plan to do the analysis. So I'm thinking of doing a 4 thin rectangular plate clamped on all directions. The boundary conditions being that the displacement on all the edges is zero and the gradient on all the edges is zero. So you can see this on the schematic.
Okay. So one quick comment is that your font size is too small. It's very difficult to read what you're writing in those boxes. And the other thing is you put the material properties along a vertical direction. Again, we can't. We can't read them.
So when I actually planned it, it was like a full screen in my laptop. So I thought it would be like visible, but when I'm actually doing the presentation, it's almost 50% reduced. So now I'm understanding that it's not that.
Yeah. So and the other thing is that this is not just for you. Even previous, I think users have. So you are saying thermomechanically it will be stable and all that. So remember one thing. I mean, you have to these first presentation that you make. I mean, this is a course presentation, but imagine I am a customer, okay,
Yes.
and you have come to sell me this card design.
Yeah.
Whatever you can, our mouth is our mouth, and
Yes,
talk
sir.
is cheap. So we can say anything we want. But
Yes.
remember, the customer will come back and bite you. So whenever,
Yeah.
so whatever comments you want to put in this first slide presentation, you are technically liable to deliver.
Yes.
So what do I mean by delivery? Thermomechanical stability. The user might say, what do you mean by that? Then how will you prove it? So you need analysis for that to prove it. Okay. So all of you, I'm just saying that it's very easy to say things. It will be corrosion resistant. It will be this. So you will have to say that, then you have to prove it in your next presentations. So that basically, that is where reliability comes in. Otherwise, customer will say कुछ भी बोलता है और बाद में देता कुछ और है. So that is how trust is lost. You are promising a lot and then you don't deliver things, or you deliver it but you are not able to justify your points. So every word that goes in this first presentation is actually a very I would say important sentence. I mean, important word. Whatever you say in this is your pitch. Essentially, this is your sales pitch. It's a technical come sales pitch that you are doing, saying that this is the product, this is a technical benefit of it, these are the commercial advantages or benefits of this, and this is why we want to do this. But now you have to, next two stages, you will have to back up these points that you are mentioning. Okay, and
Yes.
not just for this course but in real life also. That's why in any place, the making the pitch is the easiest job in one way, whatever you want. And many people have this tendency that somehow to get the project approved, or to get the customers positive feedback or positive approval, or positive, approval itself is positive, sorry. So approval, what they do is they will put everything and anything they think,
Yes.
and then the technical team will have to sweat it out, because you have to deliver the pitch. Otherwise what happens, the relationship is lost. I mean, you would have I mean, it's not going to be good. I mean, would you like somebody to tell you that I'll give you something and not give you that? Then people don't believe you. So this is just a general comment I'm saying, because this is the first stage presentation.
Yes.
You are welcome to put whatever thoughts you have and why these are advantages or these are disadvantages, but think carefully for every sentence you make, because those sentences you are supposed to be delivering at the end of the project. Okay, fine, good. So next one, Snehbhushan, can you share this slide of Choleti Murali Venkata Sai Srijit?
My name is Srijit, and I'm now going to present my project ideas. So, objective of this project is to design a handcut using composite materials for transportation of heavy loads easily near warehouse. So, when near warehouses and in industrial purposes, for industrial purposes, we need to transport heavy loads from one warehouse to another warehouse, or from transport truck to warehouses. So for that, generally, this is a famous model where we can use four wheels and flexible handle to move the load from one place to other. But what they do is they use all metal body frame and metal handles, and that will be very heavy design. So we can optimize, like we can reduce the weight of this using composite materials and using other less heavy materials like aluminum or something for the rest of the body frame. So there'll be a rectangular frame with the rectangular frame on which we place the composite material, stick the composite material, and on that we can place the load and transport the load. So the composite materials I'm planning to use is Kevlar 49 and epoxy composite, because Kevlar is very strong and it is somewhat less heavy than carbon fibers and E-glass fibers. So the maximum load I'm planning to tackle is 1000 kgs, 1 ton. I'm thinking epoxy can handle above 500 kgs, but I have to check. I have to check if it can tackle 1000 kgs or not. The boundary conditions are just when we place the composite on the fixed rectangular frame. We fix the composite at certain locations, as there are two partitions in the rectangular frame. So the boundary conditions are, it will be clamped there. So the boundary conditions are similar as clamped plate. So there will be W x y is equal to 0, and del W by del N is equal to 0, where N is the normal to the clamp and W is downward trend. And advantages of this model will be the flexible handle will be comfortable for everyone, for a wide range of heights of people. So you can just adjust the height so that when you are pulling, it is very comfortable to you. And the two-wheel design, the person has to balance the movement with the by applying. So this four-wheel design will reduce that effort for the person. And the partitions in the rectangular frame, reduce the bending of the composite material. So if I just remove that partitions, the bending will be more on the composite. So for the for tackling the structural limits, I'm using two partitions in the rectangular frame so that I can reduce the bending of the material. So that's
Okay. Okay, good. You also stuck to your time. So my only quick comment is, why did you choose Kevlar?
Sir, I was checking for different like strong fibers, and I found Kevlar and carbon fiber, and Kevlar and carbon fiber, but carbon fiber was a little expensive, more than Kevlar, and Kevlar's weight is also less compared to the carbon fiber. So I thought it will make a better design.
Okay. So again, this is a course project, so you're welcome to choose materials and try, but you should also think from a practical point of view that this is a kind of cart which you want everybody to use in their regular shop floor, or you go to some any storage warehouse or something, they would be moving stuff in this and or big items. Now, such a thing has to be a cost sensitive, you know but obviously cost is a relative thing. If you can show value, people might pay money. So if you think you can use Kevlar and do this, then you have to show a value to it in terms of why Kevlar or something, because if there is something else that can give you the same performance, so you have to think on those lines also. But okay, the other thing is, you didn't mention anything what kind of load and like who can pull this kind of a cart, or what is the load you are thinking at? Oh, 1000 kilos. How did you arrive at that load? Actually, so again, these are questions that I'm raising now, not because you have to answer them now. I'm just saying that, so all of you, like even previous slides, some people have put some numbers. So in the second stage of the presentation, I expect all of you to give me some idea on how you have arrived at that load and why you think because the pushing person will be you. So why you think you will be capable of pulling it? Not that I'm a muscular person, so I can pull it. That is one reason, but that is only that is not an engineering reason. I want you to physically prove it that a person of this much can pull this much of weight.
Excuse me, sir.
So yeah.
Sir, with respect to this, again, sir, I have one more issue query, sir. That thing
Yeah.
is, sir, we have gone through various literatures, and the accepted weight that a person should carry for a sustained load, that is, if he is pulling something for a particular distance. So the international norms with respect to
No. So,
and confirm.
Squadron Leader Shukla, just
Sir,
one thing. We can. I don't want discussion because we don't have time. My
okay.
point is, I'm just raising this question so that when your time comes in your second stage presentation, when you are showing analysis, you will back up these numbers. Okay. In this,
I'm not
this is,
about,
as I
it's
said.
not about backing up, sir. What I have found that there is a issue about the load increasing many times the accepted norms. Like a human body for ergonomics should be a particular X value, but the actual load that is being carried in industries is like 3x, 4x, or 5x.
So that is different. But as a product designer, you actual industrial usage. But my point here is, as with respect to this course project, you choose some number, you give me a physical or a mechanical reason on why and what, you are giving boundary conditions also.
Got
When
it.
once you go into the design stage, you will have to show that your structure will be able to carry this load safely in terms of deformations, in terms of stresses. So at that point, you should also justify how you have arrived at this load, and at that point you can put down some references, whatever you want, and you can also show how a person can pull this much load. And for low, so all those kind of answers you will have to come up. Okay,
Copy,
that's
sir.
all I'm saying. Okay, next one is Pradeep. I think all of you have the Excel file, so please just Snehbhushan. So next one is RJ Pradeep.
So my objective was to just replace the frame which is available in the market, sir. That is near the seashores that you were saying. So what is happening is this is a common man who's around 80 kgs, tries to pull around 250 kgs. So my intention is to change the entire frame. So the assumption is that the load wise, it will be universally varying load. 75% load and 25% front. The dimensions used around the total length of the rectangle, the frame is around 150 centimeters into 90. Maximum weight is 250 kgs. I'm taking a factor of safety around 1.5, and I'm going to use around 2 wheels. Apart from this, the material used, I'm planning to use glass with epoxy with 70% volume fraction. One of the primary reasons why I decided to use glass was it's got a high chemical resistance, good insulating properties, and also the C glass has got corrosion resistance. In a place like Bombay, practically speaking, where it is used to high temperature variations, for example, very high rainfall, as well as summers go up to around 40-45 degrees Celsius, and winters are also mildly extreme. So depending on this, I wanted to choose that some material which has an advantage over wood. Wood generally has a disadvantage of that it keeps warping, and during heavy rainfall, it starts sagging. So based on that philosophy, I decided to go for glass. And glass apparently also happens to be one of the cheapest and the most commonly available fibers. So when compared to this, the advantages are that it is low cost when compared to carbon fibers. I carried out a study on carbon fiber, but I found that it is extremely expensive and more suitable for aeronautical industry. Glass is primarily used for transportation industry. Apart from this, it has also got high strength, high stiffness. The uniqueness of my design is that, as I earlier brought out, it caters for all weather conditions, and it has got cost savings. Apart from this, there will also be a reduced weight when compared to the wood, and it has got a long life, sir, when it is exposed to such weather conditions. And after studying the ergonomics, one point which I came across was there is a large wheel diameter. The wheel diameter, if it's bigger, it leads to the reduction of force on the user, sir. A smaller wheel leads to large force. A large wheel leads to a smaller force. So keeping that in mind, I decided to have this large wheel, and this is it from my side, sir.
Okay, so I think so you're going with this big wheel, like the old bullock cart type of wheel.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but you have considered ergonomically, because it will be a human being that's going to push it. The height wise, it will work out. You have checked
Yes,
that.
sir.
Okay. Anyway, that you have to show in the next stage presentation. And fine. I think all the whatever comments I've suggested previously, they hold. And you can make your presentation slightly better in terms of delineating the various blocks. You know, right now you have just put them as text, but you could make them into blocks so that it becomes more readable.
So I actually added animation in my presentation, sir.
No, there is no need to animate. What I'm saying is, like, normally these you can make them into blocks. Like objective could, boundary conditions, one block. So there is a delineating box, and that gives a better impression on the viewer in terms of what we are looking at.
Yes.
And okay, fine. So who is the next one?
Shall I start, sir?
Yeah, I said started. I've started the time.
In this project, I'm going to design lightweight four-wheel 2XL hand-drawn car using a fiber reinforced composite material. This is the schematic, the diagram of that I have drawn. So in this, my main focus will be to design loading loading member, which is this surface. So for this, I have chosen the material as a S-glass fiber with epoxy resin. I have chosen the as glass fiber epoxy resin because it is since this card only middle class people or poor will be using this. So it economical for them. So I have used the S glass because it is the one of the most cheapest fiber available in the market. And this its length L, W, and H1. I have taken this from the India Mart website because from the similar kind of cart. But this height H2, I have taken according to my own convenience. I'm the one who is driving it. I wanted that to hold it where my body stays same or straight while pushing it. So I have chosen that S2 is equal to 1.23 according to my own convenience. So let's coming to the load. So the maximum load which will be applying is 1070 Newton. How I came into this force is a normal human being can exert a force more than their weight. So I have considered, okay, I can exert a force equal to my weight. So my present weight is 59 kg. So the total force that I can exert is 590 Newton. So since this entire load is acting on this in vertical direction, and this cart remains horizontal, so I have to only provide a push. I don't have to lift it. So my only pushing force that I have to provide to work against the friction force. So I have calculated how much load I can provide from kinematic friction into the normal reaction due to the load is equal to the net force that I can provide. That is 10, that is 590. From there, I'll get the value of the load as a 107 Newton. And then considering the design factor, the factor of safety was 1.5, I'll get the design load to be 1605. This is the load at which I'll be designing my cart. And the load which I have assumed, the type of load is uniformly distributed load. Since you can see here, this loading member is fixed, is attached fixed, there is a fixed zone there. So the support is fixed support, that boundary condition. And advantage of this is lightweight. It is a lightweight and high strength to weight ratio and easy to handle. That is all, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. I like your description of the force calculation. So, yeah, I mean, you have to put it on a paper. You know, at the end of this, you also, when you make your final presentation, by that time, I want all of this to be, you know, described either in a report or a slide. Okay, but I think in your case, what has maybe you can, yours looks just more numbery. I mean, you could have put one thing on, I guess you have put advantages, and I mean, overall it's okay. I don't have much comments on the slide itself, but I feel like some asymmetry is here, but maybe the tables should have been a little bit, I mean, you have everything here, just that maybe some organization could have been done better way. It's hard to say, but if actually I haven't really, I want any other students who have any comments, please on this. Any questions? You are actually, I forgot to, I was going through this bit quickly maybe, but okay, overall I think it's good. Yeah.
Hello all. I am doing my presentation on the design of a hand-driven cart, which will be made up of composite material. It will be used to carry construction materials in congested areas. The design of the hand-driven cart is based on many factors, and the two most important factors that drive the design are the strength and the ergonomics. The strength factor, the strength of the cart is based on like superstructure and on the axles and wheels, and the ergonomics and the human factors are also the important parts that play a role in the design of the uh, hand-drawn carts. Based on these factors, I will be trying to design a dual axle four-wheel driven cart, and the self board of this cart will be made up of e-glass epoxy resin composite. So I have tried to assume a simply supported self board which is kept upon the two axles, and the wheels are larger in dia. The larger dia wheels are easier to push, and that's why they have been adopted. Generally, the weight of the cart is almost about 20% of the total load that we are about to carry. But by using the composites, we will be able to reduce this weight. Also, the other advantages will be its durability, its non-hygroscopicity, but compared to other materials that we are traditionally using, like timbers and metals, the cost definitely will increase. But my reason for choosing e-glass epoxy fiber is that it is comparatively cheaper than other composites. So based upon the human considerations, the load that can be carried is approximately 3000 Newton, and I've kept the dimensions which are traditional. The width is 70 centimeter, the length is approximately twice that of the width, and the ground clearance has been kept at approximately 100 centimeter. This ground clearance is to avoid any toppling on sloped floors, and also such that there isn't any line of sight blockage for the man who is pushing it. Some of the material properties, like the elastic modulus in the longitudinal and transverse direction, the tensile strength, the tensile strength in both the longitudinal and transverse directions, and the Poisson's ratio for the material has been listed here. The main advantage of this cart will be it's lighter weight, and hence we'll be able to carry it in the congested areas. Another boundary condition that I am applying here is there will be not any deflection at the location of the wheel, and this cart will be subjected to impact loads also in its life cycle. So I will be trying to consider that load in the design itself. For
Okay.
simplicity, yeah, is this a time up?
No. I said just okay. Yeah.
Yeah, for simplicity in calculations, I have assumed the platform to be simply supported, and all other stress concentrations have also been neglected, and it will be designed as a one-way slabs, which I'll be showing in future slides. That's all from my side.
Okay. So this is just a regular hand cart you are saying, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. I think it's okay. Overall, again, the same comments. I think you can organize this presentation better. As I think we've talked in the other course on communication skills, symmetry of the presentation slide is very important. The way you have put it, objective is running across the whole slide. Then below that, you have made it into a dual column structure. But even the dual column is not uniform. The top table load carried is a small table which is sitting to the right. Then there is a picture here. The materials table is very big. It's taking up most of the slide. So, I mean, you have not organized the space properly. These things you should take care, because what happens when you don't have symmetry in the slide, the material presentation, when the viewer is looking at it all over, I mean, there has to be a pattern to things, so that I can follow a certain pattern, and that's why you should make them into blocks, and each block should have a title like objective, assumptions, this, that, so that my eye can go directly there and start reading it. So you need to work on this part, okay?
Yes.
Because problem definition is yours, and that's fine. I think overall you have done, but presentation, I think you have to work on making the presentation better. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So actually, I've done it on mobile. That's why the presentation was not that good.
No. I'm not talking about your mobile presentation. I'm saying the slide.
Yeah. Yes, sir. The slide preparation, I've done it on mobile only. That's why.
Okay.
So here, my objective is to design a robust and a lightweight and a maneuverable handcraft for a better experience. Apart from this, the unique selling point I'm about to project is that it would be a high impact resistance and the water resistance, which generally the normal handcart lacks. The material which I've chosen is the carbon fiber T300 and the epoxy resin. In right side, you can see that a schematic diagram of cart having two wheels on the back and two rollers for easy maneuverability. The dimensions of the handcart will be 2 meters, 2 meters length, 1 meters width, and a 0.6 meter height. So the type of loading that I'm going to consider is that static load around 300 kgs and impact load, which is generally important in loading and unloading. And due to thermal reason, I've chosen to assume the thermal load also. For factor of safety, to counter any material defect, I have taken the factor of safety of 2 on materials, and also for in accidental overloading case, I have assumed the partial loading factor on loads equals to 2. So as you can see that the boundary condition, as I've seen, that is such that I can model my beam as a pin jointed with two overhang, and these are the boundary conditions. The advantages that I am expected from this material and configuration is that it will be highly resistant to deformation over time, and the axial loading that will be it is expected that UDL it will be providing. Thus, the thickness of the material is expected to be low. So that's from outside.
Okay, good. At least you stuck to the time. So I think it's again just similar comments to others is that I mean you have been symmetric. That's one good thing. I mean at least there is a certain order to your layout. And this partial safety factors that you mentioned, good. So you are considering safety factors, which is very important. So, but how do you plan to prove high impact resistance and water resistant? So you'll have to emphasize that as you get into your design later. Okay.
Okay.
So I want these slides are frozen now. The first slide. Okay. So when you do the second stage presentation, you will also share the first stage and quickly share. Actually, no, second stage you share the, I mean, you keep the first slide, but don't go over it again detail. You just share it and then go to the second slide, of which will be the second stage presentation. And then in the third stage, you can give a combined presentation. Okay. So that all of us can hold all of you responsible for whatever promises you have made.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone. I'm Rajan Raul, and I'm going to design railway push trolley design using fiber reinforced composites. As you can see from the figure, the railway trolley used by trolleymen in the Indian Railways, and they are using this for maintenance of the railway track. Since this is a mild steel railway trolley, so this is very heavy and its weight is 150 to 200 kg, and I am supposing to substitute it by fiber reinforced composite, so the weight will be reduced. So let us come to the material selection. So I will choose the material as S-glass fiber and resin as why I'm choosing S-glass fiber? Because it is easily available and cheaper in India. That's why I'm choosing S-glass fiber, and even it has better tensile strength than E-glass fiber. Now let us come to the load. The design load is 1 ton, and that is equivalent to 10 kilonewton. And basically, these carts can occupy 6% can occupy. When 6 maintenance persons can occupy this cart trolley and can go long distance on the track, and then they can maintain. So with basic equipment, maintenance equipment. So let us come why I choose this design load as 1 ton. So on an average, 6 people have weight equal to 500 kg, and equipment weight will be equal to 100 kg. So it will be almost 600 kg, and I'm taking factor of safety of 1.5. So it is almost 900 kg. And since this is trolley and some people extra add it, so I have taken roughly 2000 kg. So let us come to the boundary condition. I have chosen pin support so that all the weight is transferred to the wheel axle by pin support. Now come to the uniqueness. Why I'm choosing this composite? Since this is a mild steel, but I'm choosing this composite because, and the composites railway trolley will be the first time used in India. And what are the advantages? The biggest advantage and the biggest factor for designing this railway trolley is the lightweight. Since from statistics we can say that every in India a number of Group D railways are cut over by train just because it is heavy and they cannot remove it. So I'm choosing. Now let us come to our dimensions. Since this is a design for broad gauge rail, so width is 1.676 meter and length is 2.5 meter, and thickness I'm choosing now is 5 mm. Wheel diameter is 0.15 mm, and coning of wheel is done.
You have 30 seconds.
Thank you. Thank you. No, sir. It was 2.5 minutes, sir. Because
no, you have 30 seconds more. I'm saying.
Sir, that's it over, sir. Now we can clear from the figure. That's it. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. So I think
I was on time only. Means within 3 minutes.
No, I know. I just said 30 seconds more. You have 30 seconds more to present. Okay.
Okay.
So fine. Anyway, I think it's a very good concept that you have presented. I like this idea a lot. Correct, as you said, the current manual trolleys, although they are replacing, I mean, there are many of them are now powered, but still, yeah, there are quite a bit of manual trolleys which are pushed by these gangmen, or they're different people who are pushing it, and then they have to move it aside when the train is coming, which is not an easy thing.
Yes, sir, and many people, Group D railway persons are run over by train every time. Like,
it's a very good idea. Very good idea. But yeah, so fine. I think overall, I think it's good. Your presentation also, you have arranged it nicely. So fine. Any other comments from other students? Anybody else has a question to ask? So Rajan Rahul, one thing you should look at is the trolley
Yes,
has
sir.
various components. The weight, when you say 1 ton, today's trolley weight, what does it include? Does it include the wheels? Does it includes the the wheel support system, the platform, everything? What is the dead
Sir,
weight and what
design
is
load,
the
I'm
live load?
considering it. Sir, I will consider it as dead load.
Yeah.
I will.
So no, I'm just saying you should think about all of these and then put them in the presentation next time. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I will do. Sir, MS trolley weight is 150 to 200 kg. So after designing, I think it will come up to 50 to 60 kg. And this design load, I put 1 ton, that is live load with occupants plus maintenance equipments. Like they have rods and chains, everything for maintaining the track.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Mohammad Aman. My project is on designing of hand cart wheel, which is a two wheel pusher type example. Here, it is supposed to carry the 200 kg weight. I have used this model dimension as per the conventional model that are used in nowadays market, so that they won't have any problem in fitting in the particular area in which it was earlier fitting. Uh, uh, can see I have used the material S glass fiber, that is unidirectional epoxy composite. Why I have used? Because it just to provide the high toughness and impact strength, and it has low cost. Generally, it has a higher tensile strength and higher compressive strength in comparison to the E glass and in comparison to carbon glass fiber, it the major drawback is it has only 37.5% higher weight than the CFRP. That's why, and CFRP doesn't offer much of a impact strength, because if you go to the market, you will always see that the weight are put in the form of the impact load, not in the form of static load. So that's why I have used the S fiberglass epoxy material. Here you can see the material. The assumption that I have taken is beam is of simply supported beam, and the weight is uniformly distributed. And the beam, as you can see, along the 1.5 meter length, it is divided. So the whole weight will be divided along the beam. That's all, sir.
Okay. I think my general comment would be that again, you need to organize this slide properly. I think you have told verbally quite a bit, but I think if you can put some of that on the slide itself, what conditions you would be taking, and that kind of stuff, that would make it more readable and more easier for viewer to understand what you're presenting. And also you said drawback is higher weight in comparison to graphite epoxy, but I don't. Are there carts today made with graphite epoxy?
Sir, actually, I'm just saying that I have done the analysis on the graphite epoxy and the normal S-glass fiber. Why I haven't used? Because the graphite epoxy doesn't offer the much impact strength and toughness in comparison to, means it has higher value of Young's modulus that leads to the means deflection will be lower. So the toughness is somehow lower in comparison to the normal S glass fiber. Glass fiber is more cheaper. Mean it is costing around $20 per kg, and in comparison to graphite epoxy is costing around $110 per kg. So means we are designing it for mostly for normal human, not for any aerospace application in which
Yeah, but
load is more.
what I'm trying to say is you don't have to say that as a drawback, because see, the project is about making it with a composite. The drawback should be with respect to what is there today. Graphite epoxy is a hypothetical material. You are saying if I were to use that, then that would give me this much, therefore this is a drawback. It doesn't work like that. See, what drawback should always be with respect to what is there today. Suppose today there is a cart made of wood and glass is worse than the wood, then you say drawback. Okay. Anyway, that's fine. But my general comments, whatever I mentioned before, apply, and also you need to reorganize this slide better. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. The next one.
So, good morning to all and everyone present here. I'm Jagriti Saha, and the aim of my project is to design a hand-drawn cart for displacing entities in an industrial workspace. As the cart will be used in industrial workspace, hence along with minimum application of force and more payload, high maneuverability is also required. On this basis, wheel size and configuration is decided. Though four-wheel configuration will have more load-bearing capability, but it is less maneuverable. Whereas in two-wheel configuration, more maneuverability can be achieved, but at the cost of more driving or applied force. Therefore, I would like to go with the three-wheel configuration hand-driven cart, which not only will be highly maneuverable, but will also have more controllability, plus force applied will be minimum, along with more payload. Recommended wheel size will be 200 millimeter dia plus 50 millimeter width, and the adjustable handle height will be 1.4 meter, and the maximum applied force will be 278 Newton. Now, on the basis of ergonomic conditions, total weight of the system, that is the weight of the card and the plus the weight of the payload, which is assumed to be 225 kg with a safety factor of 1.3. Now coming on the designing aspects of the cart, this total weight will act as a static load. The cart must also be able to withstand not only the static load, but also impact loads which will act while when entities are dumped on the cart recklessly. For modeling such a problem, fixed boundary conditions is considered at the wheeled conjunctions. Wheel or the axle system will exert UDL kind of reaction forces on the cart, and the payload will also act as a UDL. On the basis of these load factors, cart size is assumed to be 1.3 cross 1 meter. Factors driving the material selections are the availability, cost, and strength criteria. The strength which will be needed are high flexural strength, more impact resistance, more stiffness, less thermal coefficients of expansion, and resistant to hygroscopic nature, and minimum maintenance must be required. Taking all these factors into consideration, S-glass fiber reinforced composite is selected as our cart material. Well, that's all for the conceptual design requirements, and thanks for your patience.
Okay, good. Only thing I would say is in your presentation, again, everything is in bulleted form. You could have, like boundary conditions and all, you could have shown visually on a, on a slide, like with some visual thing, like you're showing some arrows. What exactly does that mean in that picture? So I think you're, again, it's the same thing. I would say you have the material, but if you take a little bit more effort, your presentation will become a, will be a more eye catcher. At this point, it is whatever I have to understand, I have understood from your verbal description. Your presentation is not giving me a good guide to that. Okay, otherwise it's you have covered all the points, and I like the idea that you chose 3 wheels instead of 4 or 2. So bit of unconventional, but that's good. So that is what I want to. I mean, I don't want you guys to just stick to the normal, like, or try to use innovative application of your this hand cart. Like somebody right now put for railway track, somebody is using for shop floor, somebody is using for loads, or now this 3-wheel design. So think differently. Yeah, good.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, in this presentation, I'm going to describe the design and analysis of hand-drawn cart with the proper consideration of dimension, materials, and loading. Initially, what we have done in the preliminary concept is we have used wood as a material, but now we are using composites. So the durable of composites is more as compared to woods. So while selecting materials, I have selected materials in the trolley, like in the base period, I have used glass fiber epoxy. Since there are many like type of glass fiber, like E glass fiber, S glass fiber, and C glass fiber, but I have chosen C glass fiber in my material selection. It is because they are high, they have corrosion resistance and chemical resistance. And since we have to use the cart, we have to keep the cart outside the home, so water erosion may take place. So in order to protect against water erosion, I have used C glass fiber. And the structure and the wheel I have used as a rubber. And the structural shape I have used as a 4 wheels, and the base plate of the dimension is 150 cm into 80 centimeter, and the main load which it is going to carry is 2500 Newton. And I have used wheel dimension as 25 centimeter diameter and 8 centimeter thick as it is shown. And the loading is it is a area distributed load, and I have to convert it into uniformly distributed load. So the boundary condition is I have used 2 wheels on the front and 2 wheels at the back. And the main advantage of my project is in this material is, since strength to weight ratio will be high in composites and durable for a long time. Since I have used composite, it is a bit cost more, but as compared to wood, it will be long lasting for a long period of time. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So one question, now you have put the side walls and all that in your cart. So are you going to design those? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
so are you going to design those side walls?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because they will all add to the weight of your cart. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Again, the same comment I have. All of you are not organizing your slide properly. You should delineate these things with boxes and make sure symmetry is there. Some flow is there in the presentation, you know, and the flow should be visual as well as verbal. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So who is the next one?
Good morning, everyone. As the part of FRC project, the hand-drawn cart was supposed to be designed. I have chosen a warehouse material handling hand-driven cart. So the objective is to design the load-carrying platform for the cart. So based on the literature survey, I found there are several kinds of carts available for different purposes for various dimensions. Assumptions of this particular card will be used in the control environment, like you will be using in the warehouse only. You cannot use in the road or some other places. On the ergonomics or human factor consideration, if you want to carry a amount of load 200 times with a repeated distance of 30 meters, the maximum load you can carry is 227 kg. Based on that, I have selected this card will be capable of taking 230 kg. I have considered the plane stress condition, uniform direction, UD composite laminate is considered. Load and boundary condition, based on the assumptions, the 230 kg capacity of uniformly distributed load. Simply supported boundary conditions I have considered. Factor of safety as of now I have considered 2.5. Material I have chosen is, you can see in the right side, I have chosen is e-glass fiber and epoxy fiber resin. This is the fiber metric system I have chosen. Various properties in the transverse and longitudinal directions are listed here. Density is 2.5 gram per cc. The specification based on the survey and the considerations have been arrived like this. The load capacity will be 230 kg, size is 900 mm by 600 mm, and the height, because I will be driving it, so it will be 900 mm. Thickness as of now, in the initial calculation, I thought of 16 mm assumed. Self weight is 30 kg. Ground clearance I have given 150 mm based on the typical layout in the warehouses. So this is the design schematic I have thought of. I thought of that if I'll put a composite laminate. Right now I'm assuming 10 layers, and then below that we'll be having 4 hollow square cross section beams. So they will be like 900 mm and distance is there. So this is the design schematic. These are the load and boundary conditions are there. The advantage will be it will be lightweight, 20% less. You can have any desired shape. It will be having long life. And the last one, because of the ergonomic consideration, it is easy to pull, and even you can roll down the so that you can easily store it. That's from my side. Thank you very much.
Okay, good. Yeah, so I like the presentation formatting. It's easily readable, and I think overall you have also made some good assumptions on the usage, environment, and all of those things. So yeah, that is another thing. So all of you have put some way or the other, but as you are going through these presentations, you will also realize what you are not putting, and you can think about how to make your presentation better next time. Okay, and so that way you are learning. So this is a learning process. Okay, there is nothing like this is the only thing, but that's why I want all of you to listen and evaluate your colleagues as well, so that way you are understanding what are the things. So for example, he has made it clear that this has to be in a warehouse or in some place, not on roads or You can. So that is another important, because when you're designing a product, if you don't specify the user environment, then people will take your cart to some rugged road and say cart kaam nahi kar raha. So if it was not designed for that, you can say this is not designed for that. But these specifications, if you don't put it in the beginning, later on again you will be held responsible as an engineer for failing the design requirements. So it's very important. That's why to make clear what the design conditions for which this product is being used or should be used, or the kind of requirements you're taking, so that there is no confusion at the end between the end user and the designer. Okay, so good.
Should I start?
Yeah, please go ahead, start.
Okay, so good morning everybody. Today I'm presenting a composite structural design of an aero cart, which will be mostly useful in the airport area. But that cart is very general, so making some design modifications, it can be used in variety of conditions. So the objective of this project is to design a lightweight aero cart to qualify the human efforts and to save time T, because it is made up of composites, unlike the other hand-driven carts which are quite heavy and use metal wheels. So the design specifications are as mentioned. The current weight of the carts which are present at the airports are around 465 kilograms, and they come with two options. So along with the pneumatic tire option, we have 1800 kgs of load capacity, and with solid tires we have 3600 kilograms of capacity. So and these carts are made up of aluminium. So what I am proposing to do is make these carts of composite material, so that we can reduce the weight. So this is a schematic in the center. As you can see, I'll be solving the problem using a rectangular plate with uniformly distributed load. On the right hand side, you can see the restrictions and the assumptions and the boundary conditions which are mentioned. I would like to highlight the boundary condition which I'll be using, which is, as you can see on the right hand side, there's a small figure mentioning the boundary conditions. So the plate's end would be resting on a simple support, which will be fixed to a roller which is allowed to move down a particular direction, in this case which is X. The potential materials which I will be using are UD face sheet on the top, sandwich panel in the middle, and then UDE glass or carbon fiber depending on the design iterations in the further stages, and a polymer matrix. So the uniqueness of this design is basically, if we have a human pulling the cart, so he would apply a cyclic kind of loading, but for calculation purposes, I would use one cycle and a constant load applied by him, and that would be repeating with time. But if we have a vehicle, then the forces applied on the cart would be constant. So as per a survey, I have found that this kind of aero cart can yield around $172 billion in income, and we can save time around 2,73,000 years of freight time through 2050. And using such materials like sandwich cones, we can, and a flexible material which can lessen breakage and especially along unpaved roads.
Time is
Thank
over.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so only one comment is your font size. Again, you have put too much of text in it. Maybe you could have verbalized some of this and put only the key bullet points so that you can talk about it. But by your lot of text in the slide, which makes it, one, font size is small, so it's not easy to read, and second, the slide looks very busy. You have organized it or tried to organize it, but because so much of text is there, it becomes more like a report rather than a presentation slide. Otherwise, I think your points are all there. And okay, Apur, yeah.
Thank you, sir.